What if an entire 500-foot ship loaded with passengers simply disappeared, without a trace? No distress signals, no debris, no survivors, just silence. The SS Waratah was a modern marvel of her time. Launched in 1908, she was designed as both a passenger liner and cargo ship, destined to become the pride of the Blue Anchor Line. On July 8, 1909, the Waratah departed Durban, South Africa, bound for Cape Town. It was her second voyage and there were 211 people aboard, passengers, crew and officers. No SOS, no lifeboats, no oil slick, no wreckage. One theory suggests the Waratah was capsized by a freak wave. The waters off the wild coast are, infamous for their unpredictability, where warm and cold currents collide, spawning rogue waves over 60 feet tall. If such a wave hit the Waratah, especially if the ship was already unstable, it could have flipped instantly and sunk to the ocean floor, leaving no time for a distress call. There were also whispers of more sinister possibilities. Was there a boiler explosion? Coal dust is highly flammable. If proper ventilation failed, a sudden ignition could have ripped the ship apart from within. But again, there were no floating remains, no charred wreckage, no oil on the water. And still, the Waratah had something even more curious tied to her story: premonitions. Several passengers and crew had reported strange dreams and visions before boarding. One woman said she saw the ship sinking in darkness, while another claimed to hear voices warning her not to travel, perhaps coincidence. But the eeriest was the case of Captain Ilbery of the Waratah. He was known for saying, "This ship will never reach England." Was he joking, or did he sense something? Despite, all of the advances in modern underwater technology, the Waratah remains one of the few large steamships from that era that has just never been found. But for many, the mystery of the SS Waratah is, more than just a missing ship. It's a ghost story, a tale of bad omens, whispered warnings, and the sea's eternal hunger. In literature and folklore, the Waratah is often called the Australian Titanic, but you see, unlike the Titanic, we know where that ship rests. We've seen her bones. More than 100 years later, we are left only with speculation, legends, and the restless churn of the sea.